So we finally get our first look at Bridgerton Season 4, and yep, Benedict is falling hard for a mysterious woman in silver at the family's big masquerade ball. But that's not all. There's been a major filming update too, straight from the new lead, Yaren Ha. And one of the new images teases a surprising meeting between Sophie and Benedict's family, which is actually a big change from the books. So let's break down everything we know about Season 4, shall we? We finally got our first peek at Bridgerton Season 4, and let's just say, things are heating up fast. The latest batch of images reveals Benedict in full swoon mode as he locks eyes with a mysterious woman in silver at the family's fancy masquerade ball. If you've read the books, this won't come as a huge surprise since Season 4 is set to focus on Benedict's love story, which comes straight from Julia Quinn's An Offer from a Gentleman. But here's where it gets really fun. This mysterious woman, she's none other than Sophie, played by Yaren Ha. And their first meeting has that classic fairy tale vibe, with Benedict falling for her at a big family event and then being left to figure out who she really is. It's got all the charm of a Cinderella-style romance, and the show is definitely leaning into that. Still, the other Bridgerton siblings won't be sidelined. Their stories are also expected to continue this season, so fans of Colin, Penelope, Eloise, and the rest won't be left out. Netflix dropped the new photos on Tudum, and in them we see Benedict dancing with Sophie. Their chemistry already looks pretty strong. We also catch glimpses of familiar faces like Colin and Penelope, which confirms they'll be part of this season's emotional core too. There's even a teaser showing Sophie's family in the mix, plus Queen Charlotte herself makes an appearance. So it's safe to say this season is going to be packed with both romance and royal flair. And just when we thought we were done obsessing over the photos, Netflix also released a behind-the-scenes video that gives us a deeper look at what's coming. There are extravagant costumes, elegant dance rehearsals, and a few subtle hints about how Benedict and Sophie's connection begins. You can even spot the cast and crew goofing around and clearly having a great time filming, which is always a good sign when it comes to on-screen chemistry. Now, when it comes to what these previews actually mean for the show, it looks like Bridgerton is once again expanding its cast and deepening its world. Sophie isn't the only new face this season. We've also got Lady Araminta Gunn, played by Katie Lung, and her two daughters Rosamund and Posey. Their paths are going to cross with Benedict's, likely stirring up some drama. Meanwhile, other familiar characters are getting a promotion too. Alice Mondrich and Brimsley have been bumped up to series regulars, and we're also going to see more of Francesca's blossoming romance with Michaela Sterling. That said, Colin and Penelope have plenty to do. With Penelope approaching her writing as Lady Whistledown in a new way after Season 3, it's possible that gossip and reputation might play a different, but still very important role in Benedict's storyline. And since his romance with Sophie centers on him trying to uncover her identity, you can bet there'll be a fair share of secrets and misunderstandings along the way. As far as tone and setup go, everything we've seen so far promises a romantic, elegant, and emotionally rich season. There's still a lot we don't know about how exactly things will play out, which keeps things exciting, but the introduction of new characters and settings gives Season 4 a fresh feel without drifting too far from what fans love about Bridgerton. We even got a little filming update straight from Sophie herself, well, from Yaren Ha. In a recent interview with Women's Wear Daily, she shared that the cast and crew had just wrapped up filming Block 3 and were heading into Block 4, calling it the final stint of the long marathon. According to her, it's been an amazing experience that feels more like playtime than work, which is always what you want to hear when two leads are building on-screen chemistry. If you're wondering what a filming block is, it's basically a group of episodes shot together, usually 2 at a time. Since Season 4 is expected to have 8 episodes like the previous seasons, this means 6 episodes are already in the bag and there are only 2 more to go. And considering it took about 6 months to film the first 6 episodes, we're likely looking at filming wrapping sometime around May 2025. So while there's no official release date yet, this timeline gives us a decent idea. If post-production takes a few months, then late 2025 could be the earliest possible release window. But given that new Bridgerton seasons have typically arrived every 2 years, Season 3 dropped in May 2024, we might be waiting until early 2026 for Season 4 to hit Netflix. So fingers crossed for a surprise sooner than expected premiere. Back to that filming update. Yaron Ha's comments give us hope that Benedict and Sophie's romance is going to shine. Bridgerton thrives on its lead couples having powerful chemistry, and if these two are vibing behind the scenes, that magic should definitely carry over on screen. Now, let's talk about one of the most interesting reveals from the recent sneak peek. There's a brand new scene that shows Sophie meeting Benedict's family, something that didn't happen this early in the books. This is a major change, and honestly, it opens up all sorts of storytelling possibilities. In the new image, we see Eloise and Hyacinth hosting a visit from the Lee family, Rosamund and Posey included, in what looks like a cozy little gathering. This scene doesn't exist in Julia Quinn's original novel, so it's clearly a TV original moment. Adding this scene does a couple of things. First, it gives more screen time to the supporting cast, which Bridgerton has always done well. Second, it lets characters like Eloise and Hyacinth grow ahead of their own potential leading roles in future seasons. Eloise has already had plenty of development, especially with her friendship and falling out with Penelope, but Hyacinth has mostly stayed in the background, so giving her more moments like this helps build anticipation for what's to come. The image also shows Eloise and Penelope walking together around town, which hints that their dynamic might continue to evolve post-Season 3. Whether it's rebuilding their friendship or just finding a new kind of understanding, this storyline could add emotional depth to both characters, especially now that Penelope's double life as Lady Whistledown is out in the open. It's also interesting to see the Lee family, especially since Sophie isn't close with them in the book. That raises the question of why they'd be interacting with the Bridgertons at all, and what it might mean for Sophie's secret. So, while we wait for an official release date, there's plenty to look forward to. And who knows, maybe the wait will be worth it if it means more time to perfect all those romantic slow dances, secret meetings, and swoon-worthy confessions that Bridgerton does best. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.